Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiraye. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Śrīla Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagvatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanaabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanitraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Granth Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 13, entitled The Behavior of a Perfect Person. So we read till text number 37 yesterday, and we were discussing about the two gurus which the Brahmana had. One was the bumblebee, the bee, and the python. From the bee, he learned that one should not be too much attached, because at any moment the beehive is taken away. And from the python, he learned that one should be not over endeavored. Whatever comes by one's natural accord, one should accept it. So I heard a nice question answered by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, which I am going to post after the end of this class. And we were discussing about striking balance, because if we say, okay, just don't do anything and wait for Krishna's mercy, we're not at that level. So we want to see what our level is and strike the right balance. So let's continue with the next verse and see what the Brahmana speaks. Text number 38. Kvachid alpam kvachid bhuri bhunje annam swadva asvaduva kvachid bhuri gunopetam gunahinam uta kvachid Shraddhaya yo parapahritam kwapi kadachin manavarjitam bhunje bhukvatha kasmimschid divanaktam yadrichaya. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sometimes I eat a very small quantity and sometimes a great quantity. Sometimes the food is very palatable and sometimes it is stale. Sometimes prasad is offered with great respect and sometimes food is given neglectfully. Sometimes I eat during the day and sometimes at the night. Thus I eat what is easily available. Hare Krishna. So text number 38. The eating habits, the lifestyle of the Abdul Brahmana is explained in these few verses. Text 38 talks about his eating habits. He is not attached. Oh, I want only gulab jamun. I will not eat anything else. So he was accepting sometimes less quantity, sometimes more quantity, sometimes palatable food stuff and sometimes stale food stuff. So basically the idea is being flexible and tolerant. We go to certain place and the food maybe not be the way we would like. And then we say, hey, why is it this like that? Why is it not? The idea is to to be more flexible, tolerant. And yes, if one has, health needs and health, like, okay, one cannot eat certain things, and so better we communicate that beforehand, or we take our own, meal, prasadam, so that we cause least convenience to others. The idea is not being attached to overeating. Whatever Krishna arranges, that's it. Devotees honor prasadam. We don't eat prasad, we honor prasad. If Krishna has eaten it, so who am I to say the salt is more or the spice is less or is more? Of course, we should do our best to make sure it's the right quality. It's not the spice is missing or the salt is missing, or instead of sugar we added salt, or vice versa. We should do our best, but sometimes due to our human imperfections, mistakes may happen. So we should be tolerant. If the husband is making prasadam or the wife is making prasadam, whoever is making, we should honor as prasadam, not as uh, just what I like to eat. And if it's not that as per my senses, then I reject it. And we should try to build these habits in children as well. I see children have a very hard time these days. They just eat what they want to eat, and they don't eat what they don't want to eat. This is not a very healthy thing. Of course, if it's some allergy and something, that's a different scenario. But yes, something to keep in mind. Any other comments, questions? The idea is we live, we eat to live, not we live to eat. Very simple. We put the fuel in the car to go to the destination. We don't buy the car to put fuel in it. Any other comments, questions anyone has? Okay, let's read text 39. Yes, Umesh Prabhuji, do you want to read, please?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam to everyone. Text number 39. Shoma Dukula Majinam Chiram Valkala Nevara Vasenya Api Sampraptam Drishta Ruka Nishta Dihir Aham. Translation: to cover my body, I use whatever is available, whatever it be, linen, silk, cotton, bark, or deer skin, according to my destiny, and I am fully satisfied and unagitated. So it's very straightforward, but it gives a very good message here. Person like me, there are two words here. One is the destiny, and one is the satisfied. And this is exactly opposite. We live, especially I live, not satisfied on something coming on my way. We know already that what is going to be in our destiny, how much we're going to earn, and when we are going to go leave this body. Lord knows everything, but we don't agree with that. Human beings, I think, do not agree with their own destiny. They always think that no, I can live more and I have a million, I can go ahead for try for another 1 more million. And that's what they challenge themselves and do not satisfied. And since they don't satisfied, then they get agitated. And these three words is very important, have been mentioned here, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Umesh Prabhuji. So after the eating habits, the dressing habits are being described. Lord Chaitanya also used to say, "Bhala na upani, bhala na khaibe." Don't eat very opulently, don't dress very opulently. Now the dress is a dress. The dress, the purpose of the dress is to cover the body. Very simple. But nowadays, the purpose of the dress, the body is hardly covered. No one, and as a result, in the next life, they'll become trees. So, and the, I don't know what's the cost of the dress, maybe $10, $15, $20, normal dresses, I hope comes in that range. But there is no upper limit. One can buy for $500. One can buy for probably $5,000 also. That's not what the principle is. Principle is simple living. You will be amazed to hear this. I was reading an article. These Macy's, J.C. Penney, etc. These shops in US, they earn more revenue through their credit cards. They have their store cards or their credit cards than through their goods. Isn't that so surprising? They earn more revenue through their credit cards. That's why they say, oh, get this card. We'll give you $20 off, $50 off. And people want to get more. Oh, I don't have to pay. I just swipe my card. But it's just, we feel like it's preyas, immediate gratification, suffering later. So the idea is that we should dress simply. In our ISKCON society, as devotees for devotional programs, we must wear normal, simple, sattvic clothes, dhoti, kurta, etc. The women wear sari or gopi dress. And even in our professional life, we dress as a gentleman or a gentlewoman, not too opulent and not like a beggar either, because ours is a preaching mission. We don't want people to say, like if our kurta has like 10 holes and very untidy and unclean, people will say, look at this lazy person. They are so unclean. They are so untidy. Their kurta has like 10 holes in it. So we don't want to set a bad example either. So simple living, high thinking. The idea is to use the precious time and energy for Krishna consciousness. And if there is a need to buy clothes, then buy the clothes. Vansansi jirnani yatha vihaya. When the clothes are old, we get new clothes. Simple. Not to show off, oh, I have better clothes. That's not the principle. The principle of the clothes is to cover the body. One of the great philosophers said, people buy things which they cannot afford to impress. People buy things to impress the people they don't like with the money they don't have. And there's one more thing. Yeah. So basically buying on credit, which they can't afford to impress the people whom they anyways don't like. That's the irony of this day and age. And that's why everyone is suffering. But the Abdul Brahmana is saying, I'm fully satisfied. Satisfaction is the real wealth and unagitated. If someone is wearing like a tuxedo, that's fine. Why I should be agitated? I have sufficient clothes to cover my body, that's it. Because if one has the wealth of satisfaction, one will not be agitated. But if one is greedy, oh, why he has a tuxedo? Why I have a simple shirt? Why he has a better car? Why I have a normal car? Why he has a better home? Why I have a normal home? But if someone is satisfied, I'm happy with the place I have. All I need to, a place to sleep, some prasadam to eat, and the holy name, and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Krishna has blessed me with much more I deserve. That's a real wealth. Otherwise, there is no upper end. Are millionaires happy? Are the people who have tuxedos and thousands of dollars of suits happy? Probably not. Any other comments, questions? Okay, let's read the next verse. Would someone like to read, please? Who has not read so far this week?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I would like to read.
Yes, please.
Dandavat Pranam, everyone. I'm reading text 40. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Kachit chaya dharopashte trina parnashma bhashmashu kvachit prasada prayanke kasipauva parichaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes I lie on the surface of the earth, sometimes on leaves, grass or stone, sometimes on a pile of ashes, or sometimes by the will of others in a palace on a first-class bed with pillows. Purport. The learned Brahmana's description indicates different types of birth. For one lies down according to one's body. Sometimes one takes birth as an animal and sometimes as a king. When he takes birth as an animal, he must lie down on the ground, and when he takes birth as a king or a very rich man, he is allowed to lie in first-class rooms in huge palaces decorated with beds and other furniture. Such facilities are not available, however, at the sweet will of the living entity. Rather, they are available by the supreme will, Parichaya, or by the arrangement of Maya. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.61, Iswara sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra ruddhani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material energy. The living entity, according to his material desires, receives different types of bodies, which are nothing but machines offered by material nature according to the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the will of the Supreme, one must take different bodies with different means for lying down. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Eating habits, dressing habits. Now we come to sleeping habits. So he's saying that sometimes on the earth, sometimes on leaves, grass, stones, etc. And sometimes a rich person may invite, and then he could be in a nice bed. You know, even like buying a mattress. There is a simple mattress for maybe $100 approximately. And if you Google, you'll find mattress for $10,000. Or maybe even more. I don't know what's the upper limit. There's no upper limit. Because one can get diamonds studded in their mattress. One could get this and that. There is no upper limit. But is the quality of sleep different? No. A dog enjoys sleeping on the roadside and the grass, wherever. A pig likes to lie down in a gutter. He will not like in a Dunlop or whatever the best company question is. He will not like there. He will like in his filthy place. Similarly, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, human body or animal body, the sleeping is sleeping. Sometimes on a first class bed, sometimes on a just earth, ashes, etc. But the idea is, again, whatever Krishna arranges is best for me, and I must accept it. Simple living, high thinking. The idea is sleeping is required to take care of the body so that we can do more service next day. We can recuperate from the exhaustion of the service of the previous day and do more service next day. So, and often people may have like $10,000 mattress, but the quality of sleep is very, very bad. And on the contrary, street labor working so hard, we'll just lie down on the ground and we'll very peacefully. We'll sleep very peacefully. So human body is not meant to just keep sleeping. It is meant to awaken. Jiva jago gaura chandra bole kota nidraya maya pishachira kole. So we have already taken a lot of births, slept in gutter also, slept in first class beds also. Maybe we were kings or queens in previous lifetimes. Maybe we slept on the road also like a dog. Sorry if all this is sounding a little hard, but that's what the verse is telling. But this lifetime we have got to a junction where we can awaken from the real slumber or ignorance of sleep and take to the process of Krishna consciousness. And then we don't have to sleep anymore. That means we'll come out of the ignorance and take to the process of bhakti, back home, back to Godhead. Any other comments, questions anyone has?
Yeah, just one comment regarding sleep. If a person is stressed out, doesn't matter where he sleeps, his mind is not at ease, then it doesn't matter really. And one other comment on the dress, on the previous, wearing torn jeans is a fashion. People actually pay money to buy torn jeans, which have tears in them.
That's so interesting. Someone was joking, the more shorter the clothes are, the more expensive they are. So the logic will be, okay, more cloth, more stitching, more this, more that, but the logic doesn't work there. The fashion, so-called fashion, which is us actually just destroying our culture. So yeah, this is the irony. One time the person came to Bhagavatam class. He said, Maharaj, I have not slept I'm very, very exhausted. I don't know, so much anxiety, so much stress going on in the mind. Maharaj told him, please come for Bhagavatam class tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the temple. Please come. And then as soon as the class started, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And as per Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, all the Abhadra goes away. Chinatsi Ghoram, all the Hridaya, Grantha, all the hard knots in the heart are destroyed. All the impurities are destroyed. And that person slept like anything. He slept at the beginning of the class and was leaning on the wall and didn't get up. The class was over, question answers over, everyone went back to their respective places. And then he continued to sleep until the time for noon arti. Around 12 noon, someone woke him up. Well, it's time for arti. Please get up. So then he said, Maharaj, today I slept like anything. I never slept like this in my life. So that's a side joke. But the point, really, this is the real medicine. For too much anxiety, too much stress, Bhagavatam is the medicine, holy name is the medicine. It will purify all of our impurities and help us to be more stable, peaceful, spiritual, and ultimately go back home, back to Godhead. Nice comments, Prabhu. Anyone else before we move on? Okay, let's read text 41. Who would like to read this one? Renuka Mataji, you want to read? Okay, Bipul Prabhu or Sujoya Mataji.
Arjun Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranam, all gracious Srila Prabhupada. So, I can read Prabhuji. Text 41. Kochit snanto nulip patango shubhastra shagvi alak Alankrito Rathe Bhasho Vishchare Bapi Digbhasha Grahabad Bibhu. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki joy. Oh my Lord, sometimes I bathe myself very nicely, smear sandalwood, pulp all over my body, and put on flower garland and dress in a fine garments and ornaments. Then I travel like a king on the back of an elephant or on a chariot or horse. Sometimes, however, I travel naked like a person haunted by a ghost. So, in the previous verse, as he said that as per different birds, you get different body, and we used to get different habits, might be eating, sleeping, and here we see even the bathing. So some animals are bathing, they stay naked, they're bathing with the dirty water even. But people are born in palace. Sometimes in the past, they used to bathe with the water, like they said, like with mixed with some fine gold even. But as a devotee, you have to take two or three times of shower simply with the water to keep our body clean, so we can offer ourselves to the Lord for His service. Back to Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. You're the birthday boy for today. Happy Krishna conscious birthday. So,
Thank you.
after sleeping, the travel is mentioned. Eating, sleeping, meeting, defending. So here, eating, dressing, sleeping, and then travel. So multiple bodies, multiple vehicles. Even in the human body, someone may have a cycle and they say, oh, I want a bigger cycle. They will like have cycle and then they want a bigger motorcycle. Then they want a car. Then they want a bigger car. Then I want a bigger car, more luxury car. Then I want a private jet. Then I want a chopper. And there's no end to it. There's no end. So the idea is, again, simplicity. Already many lifetimes have passed in traveling through the Brahmanda, up and down in the 14 planetary systems. We have traveled a lot, done a lot of parikrama. But now if we do parikrama of the deities, of Tulasi Devi, of the chanting mala, up and down, one, up and down, two. Keep moving, keep traveling the holy name, keep traveling around the holy places, keep traveling around the temple, the deities, pradakshina, all the papa, yani kani cha papani, brahmatyadi cha kani cha tani pranashyanti pradakshina prade. At every step, all the anarthas, all the papas are destroyed, and that person goes back to Godhead. Then no more parikrama in the cycle of birth and death. Then parikrama, then one will travel back to Godhead. And for that, one needs human life, which is a favorable boat. We have already attained that. And we also need an expert captain. That captain to drive that boat, to serve under his direction, the spiritual master. If I serve as per my own whims and fantasies, oh, I think this should be done this way. I think this should be done this way. I think, oh. Then, if we reject the Guru Sadhu Shastra, if we reject the spiritual master, then it will not work. Then we will be lost. We need GPS, Guru Parampara system, to get to the right destination. If we take random turns, left and right, straight and backwards, will we reach the destination? No, never. Guru Parampara system. Then we will travel rightly. And while traveling, one should not complicate too much. So the idea again is simple living, high thinking. Yes, we need a car, but again, we don't need $100,000 car. Simple living, high thinking. We need a car which should serve the purpose of getting from point A to B. The goal is not to impress people. Oh, I have the best car in the town because I'm the best. So that's any other comments, questions anyone has? Yes, Renuka Mataji, you want to read, please? Text 42.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Everyone, thank you. Naham nindena cha staumi svabhava vishamam janam etesham shreya asheshe utaikatmyam mahatmani. Translation and purport by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Different people are of different mentalities. Therefore, it is not my business either to praise them or to blaspheme them. I only desire their welfare, hoping that they will agree to become one with the Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Purport. As soon as one comes to the platform of Bhakti Yoga, one understands fully that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, is the goal of life. Vasudeva Sarvam Itisa Mahatma Sudurlabha. This is the instruction of all the Vedic literature. Vedescha Sarver Ahameva Vedya. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. There is no use in praising someone for material qualification or blaspheming him for material disqualifications. In the material world, good and bad have no meaning because if one is good, he may be elevated to a higher planetary systems, and if one is bad, he may be degraded to the lower planetary systems. People of different mentalities are sometimes elevated and sometimes degraded, but this is not the goal of life. Rather, the goal of life is to become free from elevation and degradation and take to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a saintly person does not discriminate between that which is supposedly good and supposedly bad. Rather, he desires for everyone to be happy in Krishna consciousness, which is the ultimate goal of life. Very nice purport by Prabhupada. Here, Prabhupada is mentioning that devotees, we are not supposed to mention like others' good qualities or bad qualities because everybody has a different mentalities. So if we do good things like a good karma, then we'll go to higher planetary systems to have the good credit to enjoy our pious credits. So if we do our bad karma, so we have to go back to the lower planetary systems and enjoy the sufferings. So we, as a devotees, we are not supposed to think of doing good things or bad things or pointing the good things or bad things of others. So we have to focus on the Vasudeva. So there is one shloka in Bhagavad Gita that Abrahma Bhuvanan Loka Punaravartinarjuna. So we keep on engaging in the life cycles of the birth, the death, going to higher planet, lower planetary systems again and again. From the higher planetary system of Brahmaloka to the lower planetary systems, the repeated cycle of birth, death, old age, disease is still there. So we are not supposed to think of the repetition of birth goal by doing the karmas, good karma, bad karma, good things or bad things. So the only purpose of life is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to remember him and doing the Bhakti Yoga. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. There is no use in praising someone for material qualifications or blaspheming him of material disqualifications. In the material world, why do people praise others? Anyone would like to answer? Why do people praise in the material world? Why do someone praise others? Let's make it a little interactive.
Well, they might praise them to flatter them. Sometimes
to flatter them. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go deeper. Why they want to flatter them? Praising is kind of flattering. Okay. Why?
To get some benefits from it.
To take some benefits. Yes. There is hidden agenda. If I praise my boss, oh, you are great, sir. There is no more hardworking like you. I feel so blessed to be under your shelter. And the hidden agenda is that, I don't get kicked out of the company and he gives me a good raise. Right? In the material world, people praise others because there is hidden agenda. Majority, there could be one or two exceptions. Majority is there is a hidden agenda. And why do people blaspheme others? Anyone? Why do people find others disqualifications or blaspheme others?
Well, I think they want to put the other people down. They don't want to get some kind of a revenge for something.
Put the other person down. Very nice.
Envy, Prabhuji.
Envy. Yeah, envy.
To feel better about yourself.
Yes, very nice. That you are bad, I am good. Because you have this shortcoming, I am better than you. Envy. Envy means no vacancy. No vacancy in Krishna consciousness. If someone is envy is something which one can not use in Krishna's service. So in the material world, it is very, very sad situation. They're even the best of the relatives, we are discussing this, brothers killing each other for the father's property, right? These are real stories. I'm not making these up. They're on the name of friends. Actually, they're enemies. On the face, they may say, oh, congratulations for your new car. Congratulations for your new home or your new job. But in the back, they are thinking, why the hell he got this? Why not me? I'm better than you. I'm better than him. He got a better raise than me. Let me plot something so that he can be out of the company. That's material world. Let's see spiritual side. In spiritual side, if we are hypocrite in spiritual side, then there is absolutely no hope. Absolutely no hope. There is mercy for Jagai and Madai. There is mercy for the most fallen. Parama Karuna Pahadoy Jana. But there is Gauranga and Nityananda are Patita Pavan. They are the protector of the fallen. But they are not Kapata Pavan or Kapati Pavan. Kapati means someone with hidden agendas. Speaking something but meaning something else. That's Kapat. Speaking something, oh, Vamsulas Prabhu, you are so nice devotee. When you sing, it's like this. But in the inside, I'm thinking, no, I am better devotee than Vamsulas Prabhu. How come he is getting recognition? How I'm not getting recognition? But outside, oh, Vamsulas Prabhu, you are great. You are this, you are that. I can cheat Vamsulas Prabhu. And he is such a great soul, he'll say nothing. But will Krishna? Can I cheat him? Amongst the cheaters, he's the best cheater. I think I'm a better cheater than Krishna. I'm making a fool of myself. So we should not we should be very, very genuine and always try to look for good in others. It's not that we don't have to see good. We have to see the spiritual good. Yudhishthira Maharaj always saw good in others. There are 5 kinds of people. We discussed this, I think, a few days back also. Topmost, they only see good in others. They don't see bad. Even in the worst person, they will find the spark of good. And they will just focus on that. They're not seeing the bad. One level below. They're seeing the good, they're seeing the bad, but they're only focusing on good. They ignore the bad. One level below. They see the good, they see the bad. Sometimes they speak the good things, sometimes they speak the bad things. One level below. They see the good, they see the bad, they ignore the good, only focus on the bad. And one level below. They only see bad. In the best of the person, they will see the bad only. They can't see the good. Duryodhana. So the bottommost is Duryodhana, the topmost is like Yudhishthira Maharaj. At least not the topmost, at least we should try to come to the second level. We see the good, we see the bad, we ignore the bad, we focus on the good. That is the level we should try to at least aspire for. We are not pure souls to imitate like Yudhishthira Maharaj. Even if we see bad in others, we should always think it is because of my own shortcoming I'm seeing bad in others. It is my problem. I should focus on improving my own character, my own shortcomings, my own lust, anger, greed, envy, shortcomings. I have so many shortcomings. And in the other person, only see the good. That person is so hardworking, always eager to serve. Oh, he's doing so much. Focusing on what, and that's what Prabhupada did. He didn't see the bad. He just focused on the tiny good they did. And what we focus on, we will get those. If we focus on the bad will come in our heart. If we focus on the good will come in our heart. So it's a choice. It is a choice. Any other comments, questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question, Prabhuji. Based on what we come to this category, Prabhuji? It is based on a conscious level or intelligence, or like we categorize, we set into this category?
Based on what? Is there a question like how we get to that point?
Yes, my Prabhuji, because Yudhishthira Maharaj was automatically saying good in everything. But Duryodhana, he was saying negative, right? So how do this comes? Based on their conscious level or intelligence, or based on what?
Very nice question. Lot of factors. If we always keep the company of those who are criticizing others, we will get those qualities. If we keep the company of those who are always glorifying and not criticizing others, we will get those qualities. If we are chanting the holy name sincerely, Krishna, I have a lot of shortcomings. Even if in the mind some bad thoughts are coming, someone's bad qualities are coming, Krishna, I am so bad that even during japa, I am thinking like this. Please help me. Please, oh holy name, intensely praying. Please help me to purify my consciousness. Sincerely reading Bhagavatam, sincerely chanting, sincerely taking association of advanced souls who are seeing only good and ignoring the bad. Praying to Srila Prabhupada, eating the right food in the right consciousness. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtana Bhagvata Shravana. Mathuravasa Srimurti Shraddhaya Sevana. By doing these practices, chanting, reading, hearing, there is hope. Today, I may have been full of anarthas, but this is the process of showering. The Bhakti Yoga is basically the process of cleansing. So there is hope for us if we take it in the right way. So yes, I may be in the 5th category today, but if I continue, I will become first-class devotee. That's what Prabhupada wanted, become first-class devotee, not become third-class devotee. We want Prabhupada to be proud of us. Oh, he's my grandchild. I'm proud of him. Not because, oh, somehow I have to, this is my grandchild who's always finding faults in others. We don't want our grandfather to take our name like this. We want our grandfather, this is spiritual pride. Does that answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. So in whatever conscious level we are, as Prabhupada says, we have to elevate it. We have to go to the Krishna conscious. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was in Krishna conscious, he was seeing like that. And Duryodhana, he was in a material conscious level. So he didn't take to elevate. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very nice question. Okay, so we will stop here. Before we end, I want to share 2 things or ask devotees for your prayers. One is for Kashish Mataji's father, who left his body a few days back. Most of you don't know Kashish Mataji. She is currently in Philippines and very, very sincere devotee. It's Krishna's divine arrangement that about 1 month or so, 6 weeks back, she lost her mother. And it is certainly very sad and tough for a person to go through those situations. But one good thing which she did is she took sincere shelter of Krishna and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the holy name, and intensely chanting every day, very, very intensely chanting, reading Bhagavatam, trying her best to make spiritual progress. And just on last Ekadashi, which was a few days back, her father also passed away. So, but I thought she would be very, very depressed, and I called her to express my feelings and grievance. But she said, I'm happy. because that's what she was praying for, that the father can pass on the auspicious day rather than struggling in the hospital. And I could see, we're talking about transformation of consciousness, such a transformation of consciousness by the process of bhakti. This is bhakti yoga in practice. This is bhakti. This is surrender. This is Srila Prabhupada's mercy. This is Bhagavatam's mercy. This is the holy name's mercy. Because she took it so seriously, sincerely, the holy name is purifying, is all auspicious. And as a result, she's sincerely chanting every day, joining Bhagavatam calls, doing so much cow seva, Brahman seva. So we are so blessed that such a sincere soul, you are giving your association to us. So I request all of you to please pray for her mother and father, so Lord Krishna can give our wonderful parents eternal shelter at his lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Mataji. You are a great source of inspiration for me, and I believe for everyone. Thank you.
I'm so blessed. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Also, Sukhe tako, dukhe tako, sada hari bole tako. Whether it's a joyful occasion or a remorseful occasion, our process does not change. In happiness also we chant Hare Krishna. In sadness also we chant Hare Krishna. When someone's birthday is there, we chant Hare Krishna. When someone leaves a body, we chant Hare Krishna. That's the beauty of bhakti. So today is Vipul Prabhu's birthday also. So Vipul Prabhu is a very, very senior devotee in our ISKCON Tampa congregation. And the entire family is rendering lots and lots of services. And I'm especially indebted to them for their so much they have done for me and for all the devotees in Tampa. So thank you so much for your wonderful example and services, Prabhu. We pray to Shri Shri Radha Madhava, Shri Ashtasakhi, Lord Gauranga, Lord Nityananda, that you and your family always remain in this wonderful path of bhakti, in the shelter of Srila Prabhupada and his wonderful devotees, and may continue to make unlimited progress on the spiritual path. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you, Vipul Prabhu and
Thank you,
Mataji and
Prabhuji,
family.
and all devotees for your prayers. Definitely will pray for the Mataji also. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Ashish Mataji, you want to speak something? Just 1 or 2 minutes if you feel inspired. How has been your, I really am so inspired by your example. I'm genuinely speaking from my heart.
I'll just say that surrender to Krishna is something which will take you to another level. It will give you so much of peace. It will give you so much of strength. It's what I'm feeling. That feeling, it's auspicious. It's giving me that happiness, that which is not anywhere. It's not. It's not expressible in the words. How I feel when I'm chanting. I'm feeling that as I can't explain, I can't express it. It's all mercy of Krishna. I completely surrendered to him. And he has really taken care of everything for me. He's so merciful. He's so merciful that I can't explain. Prabhuji, thank you so much for always, I have no words to say anything. Just surrender to him and he's always there for you. I know that. I have felt it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Please bless me. Please bless us so we can also experience the joy you are experiencing, which is coming out of your true surrender.
Yes.
So please bless me and bless us so we want to relish the same joy.
I'm a very fallen soul to bless someone, Prabhuji. I'm